Okay, so in the last video, we talked about setting a vision, right? A vision for your life and your business. And then we talked a little bit about setting like this big, amazing goal for your business. So perfect situation, what would your ideal goal be? So you have this vision and this big goal for your business. And then you're basically taking a path to get there. And then all along the way is little mini goals, right? Because you can't get to this huge goal without taking the first step and taking little mini goals along the way. So I think there's a book called The Compound Effect. There's many talks about it and podcasts about it. And it talks about, just taking one action after another action after another action in order to reach a really big goal. And it's a lot easier said than done, but the reality is that's what you have to do. So I want you to kind of take that big goal and I want you to break it down into some mini goals, because that's how you beat overwhelm. You don't just have this vision of this huge goal and always try to go for it. You need to break that down into mini goals along the way. So I want you to break that down and think about what you need to get done in the next, 3 months. So in the next 3 months, what would you have to do in order to move you closer to that big goal? Then I want you to kind of break that down even further and look at the month ahead of you. What do you have to do this month in order to get to that next step to reach that 3-month goal? Then you're gonna break it down even further and look at the week ahead of you. What is the first step that you could start taking right now, today, this week, that will move you towards that 30-day goal? And when you're thinking about the first step that you're going to take, or if you're kind of breaking these big goals down into monthly goals and weekly goals and just daily actions, I want you to think of it in terms of what can you produce? So what can you sit down and get done today? So will you craft an email to start to really build know, like, and trust in your email list? Will you start to put a free offer together? So will you create the free offer today? Will you create the landing page today? Will you put the idea out there to a few people and make sure that it's a valid idea? So what can you start to do and what can you produce today? And then the final thing is I want you to give yourself a time frame, because so many times we get stuck in overwhelm and we know that we should do something, but if we don't have a time frame on it, we can put it off and put it off and put it off. So if it's reasonable, I'd say give yourself an hour or so of a time frame. So what can you get done? What can you produce in 1 hour today that will move you towards your big goal? So let me break that down for you very quickly so that you kind of get like a real life example. Okay, so let's say that your big goal is to make 100,000 in your business. You want to have a membership community of it's a lower price membership community, and then you want to have some higher paying clients. So your 90-day goal might be honestly to just start the membership community and to get 10 to 15 people in it. Your 30-day goal might be to run a, what could it be? It could be to run a free challenge, inviting people into this membership community. So we'll say it's a private Facebook group, and you invite them in, you offer them, the membership community for free for a month. And then if they like it, they can pay to stay on. If they don't, they can leave. Okay, so that's your smaller goal. So what do you have to start doing this week in order to make that happen? Well, you got to get some content together for that membership community if you're going to start inviting people into it. You have to actually create the Facebook group. And you have to put together, whatever promotional item you want to do to get people in it. So maybe it's a free challenge. Maybe it's just reaching out to people one-on-one on Facebook or Instagram. And then you kind of just break it down like that. And then I want you to put a time frame on it. So maybe you need to get content together. So you need to get content for that membership community, and you want to get the first week of content already done. So by the end of, this week. So today, for 1 hour, you are going to focus on producing 3 days worth of content, right? So give yourself very specific and measurable goals and give yourself a time frame in order to get that done. So, okay, hopefully that made sense. There's a worksheet that goes along with all of this, but really the key is to just make sure that you're producing something and make sure that you're taking action and you're getting good at, just making decisions and taking actions and not getting too hung up on making the right decision, because there really is no wrong or right. The only wrong is to take no action and to make no decisions.